Alright everybody, welcome to this Let's Play for Final Fantasy XIV. We're going to create a new character and get started from scratch on this playthrough, or this Let's Play. I do already have a character that I play for Final Fantasy XIV. It's a level 38 Marauder. But like I said, we're not going to play with that one for this Let's Play. We're going to start from scratch and see the game from the beginning. So we're going to go ahead and jump in, start up. Alright, so there's that level 38 character that I was telling you guys about. But like I said, we're not going to use him. We're going to jump into the new character slot. It's given us the choice to load the earlier save character creation data. I did an earlier run through with this Let's Play, or this character creation, and the video did not record properly, so I wanted to redo it. And it looks like it's given us the choice to load that character data that I did on my earlier recording, but we don't want to do that. We want to show everything from the start, so I'm going to choose no, and we're going to create a brand new character. And here are our primary 5 races, or these are the playable 5 races in Final Fantasy XIV. There's the Hewer, which are basically the human characters, and they're male and female. I believe it's male and female. I'm positive it's male and female. There's the Elezen, which are obviously tall, slender, elfish race of people. There's the Lalafell, which are the short, little, adorable, cute characters, and that's the character, or that's the race that I think we're going to choose for this Let's Play. There's the Makote, which are female, cat-like race. Actually, for the upcoming Final Fantasy XIV reboot, or whatever it's called. I think it's called A Realm Reborn now. I think they recently renamed it, but Final Fantasy XIV 2.0, they're actually going to be introducing a male Makote gender, so that's kind of cool. Get a chance to play the male gender there. And then finally there's the Rogadin. I guess that's how you say that, I think. But they're, big, bulky looking, seemingly appropriate for close-range physical combat, but, actually I don't think any one of these races is any more suited for any particular job class than any other. I think it's very flexible as far as what you want to do, and you can kind of do anything you want with any race that you want, so I'm going to go with Lalafell. And we're going to get a choice between a Plainsfolk male or female and a Dunesfolk male or female. I don't actually know what the main difference is between these, except for perhaps backstory. I do know that the Dunesfolk male, if you want to read the description there, the Dunesfolk, I guess, are a little bit more introverted, and they like to kind of keep to themselves, and I identify on that on a personal level, so that kind of appealed to me. So I'm going to go with the Dunesfolk male. And from here we get to choose our basic appearance, which I think is just sort of a starting point for how you want the character to look. Let's see, I kind of like this guy here. Yep, I like this dude here, so I'm going to go with type 3. And get the thumbs up. I'm going to leave height at average. The game is actually a little bit lacking maybe on the customization options. I think that you can rest assured pretty much that no matter what you choose to do, you're going to end up with a character that looks cool, just because the art direction is so good in the game. And maybe that kind of speaks to the design philosophy of leaving design in the hands of the developers. I feel like whenever you put character design into the hands of the players, that's where you start to get some ugly character designs, and that's not a universal rule. I mean, you go back and look at a game like Oblivion, for example, and pretty much no matter what you did, you're going to get an ugly character. But I trust the folks at Square Enix to design characters that look really cool, and I'm really happy with a lot of the default designs for these characters. And I mean, going even further, the way that you're going to set yourself apart in game is probably through gear. So your physical appearance is really just kind of a personal thing. If you want to go through and look at all these options, you can. I'll go through and look at these voices. Again, there's only 3, so there's not a whole lot to choose from. Voice 3 makes me laugh, so I'm gonna let you guys listen to that one again so you can hear it. That voice sounds funny to me on a Lalafell, thinking about that. But I like voice 2, so we'll take a listen to voice 2 again. Yeah, voice 2 is the one that I like the best, so I'm gonna choose that one. Skin tone. I really don't care. A lot of these feel pretty similar anyway. It's just kind of a matter of how dark you want the skin to be. I'm just going to go with 2. That feels pretty good. Hair. This is hairstyle. And I know there's 4 different styles of hair to choose from. I'll run through these so you guys can see them. I already know that I like style 4. Well, he's got something on his forehead there. I never noticed that. Huh. I guess that's because you can't see it with this hairstyle. But I like hairstyle 4, so I'm going to go with that one. That one, it looks classic Final Fantasy to me for some reason. I can't really put my finger on why, but it looks like old school Final Fantasy to me, but I don't know, maybe other people won't feel that, but it feels like that to me, so I'm going to go with it. Highlights. I like the platinum color hair for the main color, so I'm going to go with darker color highlights just to kind of maybe offset that a little bit. I'm going to accept those settings. Let's go with face. Actually, I'm happy with the face how it is. I don't need any more settings for the face to be changed. So let's go into characteristics and see what I think. Let me check characteristic 4. That's the earrings. Yeah, the earrings. Characteristic 5, I believe, is that forehead crystalline or forehead figure thing that he's got on there. Maybe the jewelry piece. I don't care if that's there or not. We're not going to be able to see it, so I'm just going to get rid of it. Ears, type 1. I like. Let's see. Yeah, I like the ears to be a little bit closer to the head, so I'm going to choose type 3. Go to accept. Apparently he thinks that's funny. So we're going to go to next. And here's where we're going to choose our starting class. Disciples of War are going to be hand-to-hand combat like with physical weapons like swords and axes. Disciples of Magic, kind of self-explanatory. They're going to be your mages, casting spells with wands and things of that nature, staffs. Disciples of the Land are going to be your gatherer classes or gatherer jobs. They're going to be fishers and miners, botanists, things of that nature. Disciples of the Hand are going to be the crafters, the carpenters, the blacksmiths, the armor smiths, goldsmiths. Disciples of the Hand often either buy natural resources or collect natural resources themselves as a disciple of the Land, and then they'll craft stuff out of that themselves. Obviously, the disciples of the Land and the Hand kind of work cooperatively. So, and like I said earlier, you're not limited to any one class at any time. You can choose to switch classes. At any point in time without any penalty. All you need to do is buy and equip the right gear, and that will switch classes for you. So we're actually going to be a mage. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but I want to be a mage for this Let's Play. So we're going to choose Disciple of Magic. And once we get through, we're going to be able to see we have two different specializations within the Disciples of Mage. Thaumaturge is sort of the prerequisite, one of the prerequisite classes for the Black Mage job. Black Mage and White Mage, those kind of classic Final Fantasy jobs, those come along later in the game. Those are sort of later level accomplishments. So we're going to start out as a Thaumaturge and a Conjurer. We're going to go back and forth between these two since we can switch at any time. But the Thaumaturge is sort of one of the prerequisites for Black Mage. Thaumaturge is where we're going to be learning stuff like, we're going to be learning spells like fire and ice spells. Those classic offensive elemental Final Fantasy spells. Conjurer is going to be the prerequisite, one of the prerequisite classes for White Mage. This is where we're learning heal, revive, sort of protective spells. There are a couple of offensive spells. I think you learn arrow and stone as a conjurer, but and we're going to be going back and forth. Like I said, we're going to be doing both of these classes, but just for the sake of starting out, we're going to be a Thaumaturge. And I'm not sure which of these matters, whether you choose moon or sun. I'm going to choose moon, and I'm going to choose 7, completely random, and I'm not sure that it has any effect. If someone knows what kind of effect that has, please feel free to enlighten me, because I really don't know. Guardian, also, I'm not sure that Guardian matters. I don't know what kind of effect it has in the game. Going along with our scholarly backstory as a Dunes folk Lalafell, we're going to go with Thaliak the Scholar, since that feels appropriate. And we're going to go to next. We're going to save this character data, save it over slot 1, since that was what we did in the last video that I made that was abandoned. So we're going to save it over that. So now we're going to select the server. It looks like pretty much all of these servers are filled except for Ragnarok. Ragnarok is the European server, or it's supposed to be dedicated for European players. My other character is on the Ragnarok server, and the game, I like the balance of players in this particular server, because there's enough players that you can amass a party when you need to, but it's sparsely populated enough that, you know, when you go to remote areas of the world, you're going to be alone there, and it really kind of sells the game world to me a little bit more, and I just enjoy that play experience. So I'm going to go with Ragnarok again. And now we're going to do a given name. I made up a name last time, and I don't remember. Let's just make up another one. We're going to make up a name, Volutus. And Volutus Cain. Completely random, no significance whatsoever, so that's just going to be our name. And we're going to hit next. Alright, and now we're going to choose our starting city. Starting city is important, I guess. It depends, or rather, it will determine what your starting story will be. Each starting city comes with its own. It comes with its own city, or excuse me, comes with its own city. Of course, it comes with its own story, and each one of those stories is unique and different. And you know, if I start, for example, if I start at Gridania, I'm not going to be able to experience the starting story of Ul'dah. I guess, you know, that kind of goes without saying maybe, but my other character, I started with Gridania, so I already know that story. So I'm going to go with Limsa Lominsa. Limsa Lominsa is my favorite city. It's kind of a seaside city. It's sort of a port where there's ships, airships, and boats, or seaworthy ships. There's just a lot of docks around, and it's sort of a place of commerce and trade, and I think it's just a beautiful area. I mean, all these areas are beautiful. The whole game is gorgeous. And we're going to visit all 3 areas in due time, and we're going to explore the world at large. But Limsa Lominsa is my favorite, and I don't know this starting story at all, so I'm going to go with this one. Alright, and it looks like that's just about it for the character creation. I'm going to go ahead and end the video here before we start the game proper. And that way we can sort of devote the next video exclusively to the start of the game. Hope you guys enjoyed this walkthrough for the character creation, and hope you come back for the next one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.